Well, g'day tubes, how's she hanging? Holy crap, I got 5 minutes to breathe. Maybe 4. 5 minutes to breathe, I think. Got a little problem today with the backhoe. And it's something that I've noticed for the last little while. No, it's not the loader control. Yes, I know, I still got to do that. I still have to fix that part of it. What the problem is, though, let's go have a look here. It's, I think it's just needing some lubrication. And that should hopefully resolve it. Hopefully it's not an expensive piece. But anyways, we got to do kind of a little bit of disassembly, but not super too bad. So let's fire it up here and I'll kind of show you what's going on. Okay, so first thing, I gotta take a couple of things off of here so we can get in here nicer-ish. Nice seed and fertilizer come off. Okay, we gotta fire it up and put the hoe right down. Now what's going on here? Well, actually, let's just fire it up first. Put the stabilizer down right away. Something I think we just need to lube a bit, but let's see if you can see this here. Now it's going to be tricky for you guys because it's more of a feel thing rather than a see thing. But the last little while, my dipper stick control, I've noticed it's been going out and it's kind of sticky a little bit. That one seems good still. That's the whole boom up and down and then the left and right. And that's the bucket curl. That seems good, but this one, I don't know, it seems to have a bit of like a bind almost there. So we're gonna flip the thing right out so I can get in here. And we'll just put it down on the ground. There. Shut her down again. So yeah, it's just been pardon me, it's been weird and stiff in here, so I have to take this cover off. This is where all the controls are down in here that goes into the control spool valve. This thing should come off with that cover, I believe. I've had this off once because I had to repair the linkage for the thumb. It had come off somehow, so, and it's always stiff, that one, but so you don't, I think it's stiff there because it's kind of right by your foot, and if you touch it, boom, then something would happen, right? So, I don't know what size this is. I'm not going to impact these, I don't think. I think I'll just turn those off with a socket. So let me go get some tools. Okay, looks like a 16 mm. Where are you guys? I can't see where you're looking. Oh, you can't really see, but there's a bolt there, bolt there. We'll get that out. Need an extension. Okay, this little 3-inch extension is enough. I kind of didn't think I needed to impact these guys. So it's probably, hopefully, just something in here that needs some lubrication with. Oh, what would I use on there? Probably just some fluid film. It seems to stay gooey pretty good for a while. And I should have you guys over here more, but really should have used the impact. Actually, I probably could use my little 1/4-inch impact, but or my 3/8 impact. Really? Okay, so those two are out. Let's flip to the other side here now and we'll get those ones out. Alright. So I got quite a few comments about when I do stuff like this. Why don't you just use impact? That's way faster. Or speed up that footage of taking it out. Well, you know, I talk through this stuff, so it's like you'd miss some of the story. And you know what? Honestly, some things are good for using an impact, but you know, some things aren't. And Sometimes I like the art part. And you know, this thing, holy cow, I don't need an impact on these little guys. Okay, so that I think should get our assembly off of here now. And I don't think I gotta take this locker thing out of here. This should, I think, come right out and up. Like so. Okay, what do we got going on in here? First of all, I see something I don't like right there. This control valve here is rubbing on this hose. Now, how come that's done that? What's changed there, I wonder? Geez, I might have to get a light. I can't quite see down in there. I wonder if it's just that hose, I think, rubbing. Maybe. Ooh, geez. I don't know. I'm not too sure if it's the hose or... It's a bit of a sort of a weird little system they got here. Let's get you down in closer. So they thread this thing into this big block here. And it's getting wore out now, as you can see, so I'm getting some more slop to it. And this one's, yeah, this one is bad. That's kind of a silly mechanism, really. Well, I don't know what to say, if something is needing a lube or not. I don't think you'll give these little ball joints, I don't think you lube them. Very interesting. Well, I'm gonna look this over a minute here and see, I don't know why this hose seems like it's, in the last little while it's come up, and because it hasn't really rubbed the hose a whole lot there to kind of create a hole into it, so that's an original hose too, eh? From 2005. Wow, so it was probably made in 2004, and it was probably a year or two old, 2 or 3 years, whatever old on the spool when it was actually made. So, you know, we're getting up to almost 20 years or something there on a hose. So she's still good, hopefully. Yeah, so I just don't know. I don't know. Everything to me looks fine in there, but you can see how that kind of spins there, though, right? So there's going to be, eventually that's probably just going to rip right out of there. And all you're like, whoa, what the crap? I got no control now at all. So it's kind of good to see down there on the spool that there's no real wet spots. So it's not been leaking. All these are your control valves down here, right? That's a very, very, very expensive piece there. We can see it a little more under here too. That's our whole control system there for the backhoe. And there's lots of lines going to it and then out to the backhoe, and there's all kinds of fun in there. That's a very expensive piece. So far it's performed well, but there was some guys, Monument guys that came in here the other day, and they have an older machine like this. I think it's a 2001. This is an 05, so it's a little newer. This is a cast valve body on this one, and they said theirs was a white metal or something like that. And for some reason they were telling me the hose is in here that hook to the machine, so there's one pressure and then one return. They didn't have the return hooked on. Why? I don't know. I'll show you where that is here. The return goes down onto the backhoe here. It's just like a soft, there's no pressure really behind it, right? It's just kind of a flow back in. They didn't have that on there, and they started the machine up. And if you don't, like, it's a constant flow, right? Constant flow all the way through. So if you take that off, it's building pressure 4,000 psi plus into here. The thing exploded. He says it went off like a freaking grenade, and there was shrapnel and stuff all over the place that cost them, what did he say, think it was like $4 or something like that to replace it all. I'm like, wow. So maybe they put one of these in, hopefully. But yeah, so everything looks dry there, so I'm happy with that. That's a good thing. But I'm just not sure if maybe internally there's something weird going on, or if it's just this hose that's rubbing, and it looks like it should be coming down over here maybe. Maybe I'll zip tie it down to this other hose here or something, and then that'll kind of free it from rubbing up there. So let me go grab a couple of zip ties, and maybe we'll do that, and then I'll just I'll see how it feels then. I'll maybe fire it up and give it some, you know, ups and downs and backs and forths and see how it is, because I really don't think you lube these things. Something tells me I don't think you'd get much lube in there anyways. But how are they looking? All the play's just in this mechanism here. So, and yet again, something that they weld on that you can't replace. Thanks, John Deere. I guess you'd have to, you could probably replace this whole housing. There's 400 bucks. So it bolts on at least to the frame here. Aw, really? Really? It bolts onto the frame there, so I guess you could replace that, but holy jumping. If you wanted to get that play back out of there, but because you know, the time that gets up to the stick, that's a lot of friggin' play. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to say, but anyways, I'm gonna grab a couple zip ties. It's actually, maybe that's all that happened. Maybe that hose was routed there and it's kind of slipped up because it's all free now. Still feels stiff though. So I'm gonna get in here and spray all this, maybe with some penetrating stuff, and then we'll see what that does for it. Maybe some PB Blaster or something that seems to soak in pretty good, and maybe might make it worse. I don't know. It might not. But yeah, so let's get some zip ties. Maybe we'll just secure that guy down a bit better. Don't touch the grease. It's greasy. Okay, so let's try to secure this. I don't want to give it too much of a kink, but try to secure it down to this hose here maybe. It's funny, these hoses, they have actually moved around themselves a little bit since new. The loaders especially. I'm gonna put maybe 2 on this guy. That's got quite a creak to her there, but I'm gonna double wrap this one. I think just there's a little bit of strain on it there, but it's not terribly bad. Okay. Zip these off, and we're good. Okay, I'm gonna go get some spray, and we'll give these things a little bit of a spray. And yeah, I don't see anything leaking, so that's a good sign. I like that. No leaks. Okay, let's go get some spray. Alright, I don't know if PB is exactly the right stuff to put on this PB Blaster, or just called Blaster up here, I guess. Blastercorp.com. It's penetrating catalyst. Doesn't work too bad, but I don't know how long it'll last on there. Might not last too long, so we'll maybe just give stuff a little bit of a soaking, we'll say. These things especially, because they kind of rotate on the shaft here. Catalyst, that'll like kind of and wick itself in, right? It's really good shooting stuff, that's for sure. Maybe I'll just spray on the, just a little bit on the tops of these valves too. Now I'm going to look at it and think, oh crap, it's leaking! You can tell though if it's actually leaking or not. Actually, you know what part of it I think is too? Holy crap. This stupid round disc is kind of like biting in. Maybe. No, I'm going to have to fire it up after and do a field test. All these things do is just cover the hole there to keep the dirt from falling in there, I guess. So, that one, and then there was a spot over here. I just kind of got it. PB Blaster.com. This is what I sprayed on the other control valve underneath there, and it seemed to soak right into that stuff really good. Okay. Got a little bit on everything, I think. Very neat system though. It does actually work pretty good, but yeah, I'm getting a lot of slop now. That will suck having to replace this thing, because all this would have to all come undone, and I guess the stabilizer controls are all part of this box, so that could, you'd have to take this out and then replace all that into the new box. I wonder if it would come with the bars that these things are rolling on here. Not sure if you guys can see that. There's a bar that goes across that these two stabilizer levers roll across on. Okay, well, fire it up here and see if I feel it's any better. I just want to get a little bit more down on, there's little pins down here that attach to this control thing here, so I think actually that's sort of feeling better. So it might have been a couple of things here. This plastic dewey here is rubbing, it's kind of binding a bit as it's squishing down in there, but they kind of got to stay on there because I don't know how you'd get them off. I guess the handle dewey might come off there or something, but yeah, that's what's going on. It's kind of rubbing a bit on this, and it's making it kind of bind, pushing the rubber kind of down in this hole of it. Well, maybe it needs a bit of a lube or something too. That would help a bit. You can see it's even, well, you probably can't see, but it's where it's sitting here, it's actually wore into the metal a little bit too. Like it's a piece of rubber. Really? Really? Holy. So I'll let that sit and soak in maybe for a little while. I got a little bit of mowing to do. I think that's feeling better, so okay. I'm a little happier with that. Now I'm kind of wondering too if, because you could take, boy oh boy, that's a lot of disassembly. If you want to adjust this thing, you have to take this control off so you can get in there to the nut. There's a jam nut and then a bolt head there, and then you unscrew it out of the piece that's going this way, and you'd screw this thing in a bit, and then, I mean, I guess it's fine. I wouldn't know how or where to adjust that, but I think that should help. I'll let that PB soak in for a while there, and then we'll give her a little run test here and see how it's feeling. Okay, well, let's give this thing a try here. It's been one of those days. I forgot how many people I have stopped and talked with this morning. Quite a few. All good talks though. I had one lady back there that's a plot owner. She's a super nice lady. Talked to her for about half an hour. Oh, 20 minutes. And then I needed some paperwork, so they dropped it off from the funeral home from a funeral the other day. It's actually the people from that used to run the other funeral home in town here, and they ended up having to close it up. So they had a pre-need with them that they took with them to their main funeral home. This was like an outpost funeral home, I guess you would sort of call it. So I talked to her. She's a super nice lady. if anybody, if any of yous know the show Little House on the Prairie, and you knew the mother, I think her name was Caroline or Carolyn, on that show, this lady is freaking exactly the same as that lady. She even looks like her, sounds like her, same beautiful mannerisms. She's a super nice lady. So it's always cool talking to her, because it's kind of like talking to the lady off the show. Anyway, it even sounds like her. Same everything. It's really weird. But anyways, yeah, and then just about ready to go for lunch, and this monument truck comes rushing in here, and I'm like, okay. Weird, different guys I don't usually get, so I'm like, okay, I better help him because he won't know where he's going. So helped him, talked to him for another 20 minutes, helped him set up the stone, and then he left, and then we went and had lunch. So holy cow. But now it's like 2 friggin' o'clock already, so we're gonna give this thing a little test out here. I don't know where I'm gonna put you guys. I'm gonna maybe put you down here somewhere, and then you can maybe kind of see the controls working here. And we'll give her a shot here. So anyways, let's fire up, see what this is doing, if it's any better or not. And if it's better, then I'll maybe get the fluid film sprayed onto it. That'll help kind of encase it in some goo. Okay, I'm just going to give this a good spray too with everything. I don't know if it's going to do too much in these rubber things here, but it'll help kind of soften them and keep them supple, I guess we'll call it. It's good stuff. It's got sheep grease in it. Sheep grease is good for keeping stuff all lubed and stuff, right? I don't think I'm going to spray the valves, but oh, there's a lot of play in there. Holy gee. Oh well. I don't think I'm going to get into replacing that. That should be good. Alright. Let's button this back up, and I won't really know until I try her out a bit, I guess, but let's move you guys. Woo, wrong way, Bill. Holy. Okay, we need the cover. I gotta figure out how this went all back together here again. Little jigsaw puzzle-y things, right? I think we got her. Well, shouldn't say that because I don't know if we got her yet. There. And I'm going to give those a little shot too. I'll put these screws back in. Maybe. So I got to get this done and get back to work. I got 2 cremations to do for tomorrow. I could do them tomorrow, but tomorrow's Saturday, and I don't really feel like doing them get them all dug today. And it's supposed to rain tomorrow, so yay, more rain. Okay, one thing I've learned is don't tighten everything up until you got them all in. Don't tighten them all up until you got them all in. Now this one, I don't know if I can reach. Can you reach her? Oh, yeah, we're good. Okay. So we'll just crank these up. And hopefully that will solve the problem. If I have to, I might have to cut these stupid rubber things out of there, maybe. I think that's part of the issue, is they're kind of binding. Come on. Really? Are you tightening up today, bud? Okay. Tie up this side. Tie her up. And so I think it might have been a little bit of a combination of a few things there. One, this rubber thing. I guess I could spray some crap on it too. That might not be a bad idea, actually. Two, that hose was kind of rubbing on that one rod a little bit. That might contribute to it too. And three, it's getting old too. It's not a new machine anymore, right? So there we go. I guess we're good. I'm just going to maybe give that a little sprayage. I don't know how long that'll last on there, but anyways, there we go. Sweet. We are good. Well, that's it for today. I gotta get rocking. Got another busy day tomorrow here, so Saturday got lots of funerals. Everybody wants to do their cremations right now, right? Because it's frickin', oh, I should have gone out that door. Oops. Oh, never mind, this door's still open. Everybody's wanting to do their cremations now that it's got kind of nice out, right? So, close the door and head her home. So, I do have Farm Sim Saturday for you guys tomorrow. I played a bit of Farm Sim there. Got a bit of a video together for you. I skipped last week. Just didn't feel like playing, so I never got to it. I just I've been really busy working here, right? And at home, I just want to chill out. I don't really want to fire up the computer and start playing stuff too much. So, but anyways, oh, good thing I checked that door. I sometimes unlock it, and usually this door opens from the inside and then it just stays locked. But this time I thought, well, I'll just unlock it, put the machine in. Oh, so I've loaded and unloaded the Mini X today without the ROPS on, and it went perfect. It actually was better because there's less weight when I'm going up to want me to pull me backwards. So basically all I do is start climbing. It does kind of do a little bit of that, but I just put the arm out more a little bit and it just kind of falls back down. It's perfect. So far I've really been liking not having the ROPS on it, so I don't know if that was a good move or not, but it seems to be working a little better. Don't have to worry so much going in and out of the garage too, which is really nice. But holy, look at those dirty greasy clouds coming over that way. Come on, really? You know what? Yesterday. Now, I'm gonna probably open a can of worms here. I don't know if it's a relation to it or not, but yesterday, what was I doing yesterday? I just happened to look up to the sky, and it's gonna be a can of worms. I know it. Some of you are gonna say, bah, bah, bah. But you know what? I don't know. Anyways, yesterday, I think I was doing something up here. Dumping dirt from a funeral, right. I look up in the sky and I'm like, oh, there's one of those jets with the trails going over. Holy cow, there's another one this way, and then there's one coming this way. They were like crisscrossing. I'm like, what the frickin' crap? Seems kind of funny that if you watch one of those non-chemtrails, we'll call it, if you watch it for a while, they start off small, of course, you know, and then as the air turbulizes around, it gets bigger, then you have this big band of cloud, you know, and you can see the guy way the crap over there still. But this is like freaking gone huge here now. I think they're doing something to alter weather. Can of worms, I know. Some of you are going to be saying, oh, that's crap, they don't do that, blah, blah, blah. Really? Okay. I have seen one of these planes flying over. They are freaking massive, and there is no way that's a passenger jet. Passenger jet up that high, wouldn't look that big. I'd really like to get a good camera one time and get a good shot of one just to see, you know, because they're doing something. I'm telling you. So I don't know. Just seems funny that, you know, see all that go over and now it's cloudy today. Maybe it's just a fluke. I don't know. Why was there like 16 of them crisscrossing back and forth yesterday? It seemed weird. So anyways, gotta go. We'll catch you later. Enjoy Farm Sim tomorrow. And I don't know what we're doing for Sunday yet. We'll figure something out. Maybe some more truck sim or something. I'm trying to build up my Euro truck a little bit, so I haven't had much time to do it through the week here, so I might have to do her some more on for Sunday there. So, but anyways, gonna head her out. Thanks again for watching, and we'll catch you next week if I get a spare time to breathe. Holy, busy. Actually, next week's not super too bad yet. Yet is the big word. I haven't looked at my calendar yet, but I know I've got one. I think. Well, I'm booked up for the next 5 Saturdays for funeral stuff, cremation stuff, so it's busy. And then sporadic stuff through the week, right? So past week started off with just the Saturday ones, and I had one on Monday. Oh, I can't even remember now. One on Wednesday, one Thursday, nothing Friday, like today, and I got 2 tomorrow. So yeah, doing crazy. But anyways, thanks again for watching. Have a good day, and we'll catch you later, I guess.